I messed up and I'm feeling guilty. So I guess let's do a little story time about it. So the other day I ran somewhere, and as I was pulling back in, I realized I seen an object on top of my mailbox, and I was like, okay, well that looks abnormal. So I get out of my car and I look, and it's a phone, and I was like, oh, okay, so someone clearly dropped a phone, someone else seen the phone, and they put it on top of my mailbox because it was the closest. So first thing I do is go to Facebook, because if you know anything about my town, we have a nosy asses Facebook accounts where everyone is in each other's business. And I gotta say, as soon as I looked at that phone and I looked at the lock screen on it, it clearly made clear where I am living, because my town, I gotta say, is full of crackheads. I can't put it any other way. It's full of crackheads. And I'm not trying to say the person on the phone was a crackhead, but they looked like crackheads. I was like, okay, so it's clearly someone that lives downtown. And I was like, okay, well, I don't want to have this phone on my hands for too long. I don't need crackheads showing up at my house, okay? And also, mind you, at the bottom of the phone screen, because this is like an Android phone, I'm not sure what kind of phone it is, it says the woman's full name on it, okay? Actually, instead of posting first, I was like, okay, well, let me look her name up. Let me try to find her first and message her personally. I could not find this girl's Facebook, okay? My FBI must have ran out in the moment, could not find this woman on Facebook. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna post it regardless, because if she is a crackhead, people will know her name, because that's how it works in this town. I post the phone, time goes on. It's closer to nighttime. At this point, I've had the phone for 4 hours. I sat it on my dryer. I didn't really touch it. I didn't do nothing else with it because there's nothing I can do. So I'm just waiting for a response on this Facebook post. I'm in the bathroom and all of a sudden I hear buzzing and I'm like, that phone is ringing. So I run as fast as I can. There's a man named Eddie calling. Yes, I'm calling him out. I will tell you the reason why later. Eddie's calling. I answered that phone so quick and he was like, no. Crackhead, right? Can't understand him. I was like, hey, I just want to let you know, I found this phone on the sidewalk. I don't know who it belongs to. Do you know the owners? He's still, so I have to give him a second. I said, sorry, sir, can you repeat that? Then I don't know, eventually I started understanding him and he was like, well, where are you at? Like, where do you live? And I was like, well, I'm not giving my location away. And so I told him, like, the closest church, the closest mall, what, and he was like, well, are you closer to downtown? I said, no, I'm actually the opposite end of downtown because downtown is full of crackheads. He was like, oh, well, is there any way that you could meet me on this road? And I'm assuming this man probably don't have a car if he doesn't want to meet somewhere closer. So I was like, okay, well, I'll meet you down there, like, 15 minutes, okay? I'll be there soon. And mind you, I went with my man. I was not going by myself. If it was I was on the phone with another man, meeting him to give him the stranger's phone when you all look like crackheads. I am not going by myself, so my man went with me. You know, the first thing my man did was grab his and put it here. So then we left, and as I realized down the way that my Facebook post never went through, it was pending the whole time because I wasn't looking, I didn't care. I kind of just let the phone sit. We get to the location and we start pointing. We're like, do you think it's this car? Then I pointed at the man that was on his bicycle at the front of the store. And I was like, do you think it could be him? And my man's like, no, he kind of looks like a worker. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right, because his shirt had like a little logo right here. He was wearing all black. And we parked. The phone rings again. I don't hear anything. Also, he called again on the way there. I answered, not hearing anything. And I was like, hey, this is really weird. Then I was like, okay, let me just put it on speaker. As soon as I put it on speaker, you hear him yelling, put it on speakerphone. You can't hear regular sound or something like that. And I was like, damn, dude, obviously I can't hear you if it's regular. Why are you getting frustrated with me? I was like, hello. And he was like, are you here? And I was like, yep, we just pulled in. He said, are you in this vehicle? And I said, yep. So he's like, okay, I'll come up to you. Also, I'd like to mention, this guy is not also just a CK, is that what we're gonna call it now? He looked like he was special needs. So on top of it, I kind of felt bad for judging him right away. This man had a big head. So he's like, okay, I'll just drive over there. And I told him, man, I said, get out of the car. He's not coming up to this car. We got our child in the back seat. I'm not letting this man come up to the window. I don't know what he's got. I don't know. I don't trust this man. So my man gets out, pulls up. They start talking. I can hear him because he didn't shut the door all the way. And my man's like, well, do you know the password at least? And Eddie's like, no, I didn't know the password, but I know where the house is at. And I don't really remember what else was said. We kind of were just trying to dip and get out of there because we didn't want the situation to be ours anymore. Eddie gets on his scooter and just starts bicycling away really quickly. I was like, okay, well, this man obviously drives his bike all the damn time. We're like, okay, well, now we gotta pray and trust that we trusted the right man to go take this phone to the right house. Son's today. I forgot about the Facebook post, forgot about the phone. I finally got onto it today. I seen people saying, well, it's obviously this person because it says it on the phone. Well, no shit. I can't find her Facebook. I don't know who the other guy is in the picture with her on her lock screen. I don't know who he is. But in the comments, someone commented her full name and the man's full name in the picture. And other people were like, they're crackheads. They probably were trying to steal your mail, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, why did they leave their phone behind? I don't know. Too cracked up. I don't know, dude. Someone else posted something of the man that was in the picture on the lock screen. He posted something in Nosy Ass saying, to the man that picked up the phone in this area, so Eddie, you have the frickin' phone still. Now I'm feeling guilty that I didn't wait to give the phone to the right person. That's what you get for trusting crackheads. That's why I never do it. Once again, I didn't want the situation to be mine or ours anymore. I wanted that phone gone and out of our hands. I did go try to find that Facebook post personally. It looks like it was taken down, so I'm guessing he gave the phone back. I did message the man in the lock screen. I'm starting to feel like that's a mistake. I asked him, I said, hey, did the woman get her phone back? And I'm so sorry for trusting Eddie with her phone, because clearly from the Facebook post I seen, or he didn't give it back to her. She didn't get her phone yet. So if I get an update on what's going on, I'll probably just put it in the comments if she got her phone back or not.